Final week of the season, final picks video of the season, and there's a lot of playoff implications on the line, so let's jump into this. What is up, football fans and Dolphin fans? Obviously, this is Miami Dolphin channel, but when I talk about the picks, I feel like it's not just Dolphin fan watching. You might be noticing that I look much better than I have the past 7 weeks. I do a lot to get a win. And if I noticed that I don't shave and I don't cut my hair and the Dolphins keep winning, for 7 weeks I will not shave and not cut my hair. Now that the Dolphins lost, I look like a normal human being. So there's a lot we got to get to before we jump into the picks. First and foremost, I had 4 fantasy leagues going, and I want to give shout outs to all of the winners and the first and second place holders and all that stuff for each of the fantasy leagues. So first and foremost, we'll start with the first one that I did with DouglieDoWrong fantasy league. So in first place, it was Get It Done, aka Logan. Second place, it was Igor is Belichick, aka Alexander. And in third place, it was Jurassic Park, aka G Tommaso. For the first place guy in this league, I'm gonna send something to you. So hit me up in an email, Logan, or I'll email you, Logan. I'm gonna send you something. This was supposed to be a money league, and something happened. Something fell through, so it ended up not being a money league. But I still want to send you something for kicking butt. And then the second league, because a lot of people thought that it sucked the way I did the first league, so I made a second league. It was a $20 buy-in. First place and winning $120 is Tua legit Tua quit, and that's Patrick. Second place winning $60 was To Infinity and Beyond, and third place was me. Essentially, I won my $20 back. So that is the second DDW league. And then obviously my patrons, I made a special league for you guys, and I will be sending you guys something special. The winner of that league was Fat Tony Fantastic Team, aka Dagoda. Car Ramrod, aka Rob, came in second place, and third place was Red Zone, aka Ron. So Dagoda, I will hit you up in the Patreon, and we'll talk about, maybe I'll send you something really cool. And then the last one I did was for the members. So again, I did 4 leagues. I did 1 fantasy league, and then people were like, I didn't like the way you did that. It's not fair to us. So I said, screw it, I'll make a second one. And then also, I can't leave out the patrons and the members, so I made a league for them. This is the member league, and these are the winners. In first place was Enabled Swing, aka Rhino. Second place, you think it's me. It wasn't. I didn't think it would be fair for me to be in all these leagues and take spots away, so I co-managed, and the person who was running this league was Preston. So Preston, you might see DDW, but it was Preston running that league. And then in third place, Diesel Powered Juggernaut, aka Stacy. So Rhino and Dagoda, I'll hit you guys up. Same with Logan. Maybe I'll figure out something really cool to send you guys. Whether it's DDW merch if you want that, or I have some things over here that I could potentially send you. I want to, make it feel like it was worth your while to win those leagues. And then Patrick, you won $120. Good for you. It's like 6 times the amount that you put in, $20. So congratulations to all the league winners. And now we are talking about the picks. And yes, I did start a Pickle League, and I said I would give something to the winner. I haven't decided what that was yet. I said maybe something in here, maybe I'll send you something. I haven't decided yet. Puppet Master at Works is rocking first place. He's 3 games ahead of D-Ray and Fins Up Switzerland. So you guys need to get 3 picks different than him and get them right, and then we'll see how, if there's like a 3-way tie for first place, I don't know what I'm going to do. JD Picks comes in 4th, and the ESPN long number comes in 5th with 169. I'm rocking 29th. The only way I could possibly there's 16 games being played, and I am 14 behind. I'd have to get all of them right and then be different. It ain't happening. I ain't winning this thing. But again, like I said, I'm thinking about sending the winner of that something as well. Again, to thank you guys for kicking butt and playing all these games and doing all that stuff. Now, With all that said, let's jump into the picks this week. And again, there is a lot of scenarios. So when we get to a game with a certain scenario, I will talk about that scenario. So we're starting right now with the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Denver Broncos. This is Saturday at 4:30. I'm picking the Chiefs. My father's picking the Chiefs. Side note, I went 12-4 last week. My dad went 10-6. I have an insurmountable lead on him when it comes to the total, so I win again for the third consecutive year. But yeah, we're both going with the Chiefs. And when it comes to the Chiefs can still clinch the number one seed if they win and Tennessee loses, or if they tie and Tennessee loses. So essentially, the Chiefs need the Tennessee Titans to lose to get the number one seed. The Dolphins beating the Chiefs, the Titans beating the Dolphins, and the Chiefs losing to the Bengals really hurt their chance of getting that number one seed. They need a complete collapse from the Tennessee Titans for the Kansas City Chiefs to get that number one seed, and that is the only seed that has a first round bye. So, and home field advantage. So, very big there. We have the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. I think that Dallas is going to win that one. My dad thinks that the Eagles are going to win that one. I think that is very peculiar. I don't think that there's much of a change that could really happen here. I'm looking at the scenarios here, and it's mostly between the Cardinals, the Rams, the Saints, and the 49ers. So maybe my dad thinks that the Cowboys are going to rest their starters. I think that the Cowboys are still going to win that one. That is the Saturday night game. Then we have the Green Bay Packers taking on the Detroit Lions. Green Bay clinched the first overall seed, so they'll probably rest their starters. And if Detroit loses this game, they clinch the number one overall pick because they have a little bit easier of a schedule versus the Jaguars. I'm going with the Packers in this one. I still think that Jordan Love has something to prove. Even if Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams and Jones and all these guys don't play, I wouldn't be surprised if the Packers win. My father also picked the Packers. Then we have the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. This game is starts the domino effect. Fun fact, the Colts have not won in Jacksonville in a very long time. Indy needs to win and they're in. I'm picking Indy. My dad's picking Indy. Indy needs to win and they're in. But if Indy loses, that helps the Steelers out. That helps the Ravens out. That helps the Chargers and the Raiders out. So with the Colts losing this game, which, again, I can't see it happening, but if it does happen, it will help 4 teams potentially get into the playoffs. Because that wild card, those 3 wild card spots are not set in stone yet. Except one of them is the Patriots. And we'll talk about them, the Patriots and the Bills. That's one. So there's 2 spots available. It's going to get real glitchy there, but I'm picking the Colts, which really will mess up everyone else if they win like my pick. And then we have Washington taking on Giants. Both teams are not making the playoffs here. I'm going to take Washington, though, so is my father. It's just Giants are already mentally checked out. Their Giants head coach, Joe Judge, suppose he's coming back. We'll see about that because they're going to get a new GM. A lot going on there, so I'm picking the Washington football team. Then we have the Chicago Bears taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Again, another situation where both teams are eliminated, so it's more of a playing for pride, I guess. I'm going with the Vikings. My father's going with the Vikings in that one. Then we have the Tennessee Titans taking on the Houston Texans. The Tennessee Titans need to win, and they get the number one seed. Tennessee can clinch the number one overall seed, first round bound on home field advantage with a win, or if they tie and a Kansas City loss, or a Kansas City loss, Cincinnati loss, New England loss, or a Kansas City loss, Cincinnati loss, or a Buffalo win, they can get that number one seed. Essentially, if the Titans beat the Texans, which seems more likely than not, they get the number one seed. And a lot of people haven't talked about the Titans. You know, they're getting Derrick Henry back. He already came off of IR. It's going to be very interesting with these Tennessee Titans team. I'm picking the Titans to win. So is my father. It's an easy pick. Very, very interesting. Then we have the Pittsburgh Steelers sitting at 8-7-1, beating the Browns last week, taking on the Baltimore Ravens 8-8. This game has a lot of implications, and I will run through all of it. The Steelers need to win, the Colts loss, and no Chargers or Raiders tie. It's so weird how it works. So if the Steelers win and the Colts lose, and say the Raiders win or the Chargers win, either or win, Steelers are in the playoffs. But if the Chargers and Raiders tie, then the Steelers are out of the playoffs. So that night game, the Sunday night game, there can't be a tie, and the Steelers need to win and the Colts need to lose. Steelers are in the playoffs. Vice versa, Ravens, they need a lot. The Ravens need to win. The Colts need to lose. The Raiders need to win, so the Chargers need to lose, and the Dolphins need to lose. Because if the Dolphins win and the Ravens win, they'll have the same record. And the Dolphins get that tiebreaker, and the Dolphins are already eliminated. So again, the Ravens need to win, the Colts need to lose, the Raiders need to lose, and the Raiders need to win, and the Dolphins need to lose. Then the Ravens get in the playoffs. Ravens, you ain't making the playoffs. I'm picking the Ravens to win it. So you're going to get that first little notch. I think the Steelers are going to get knocked out of the playoffs, but I don't see the Colts losing, and that's all it's going to come down to. I don't think the Colts are going to lose to the Jaguars. So, unfortunately, you ain't making the playoffs. I don't think either the Steelers or the Ravens are going to make the playoffs. I think it's going to be the Colts, and I'll tell you the other team. Then we have the Cincinnati Bengals, who are going to be without a lot of their starters. I was going to talk about a scenario where they can potentially get the number 1 seed, but there's no point because Joe Burrow is not playing. I don't think Jamar Chase is playing. Taking on Cleveland, and I was picking the Bengals, but they already clinched the AFC North. I might switch it to the Browns. I think I'm going to switch it to the Browns now that I know all these guys aren't playing. My dad's sticking with Cincy, but I think the Browns might win this one. Then we have the Rams, 49ers heading to LA to take on the Rams. Now, this is big implication on the Rams. Rams can clinch the NFC West title with a win or a tie or an Arizona Cardinals loss. So the Rams control their destiny at clinching the NFC West. With the 49ers, they need to win or the Saints need to lose. So right now, the 49ers have that 6 seed. So if the 49ers lose and the Saints lose, the 49ers get the playoff spot. If the 49ers lose and the Saints win, they out. And then again, the Rams win and they get the NFC West. So I'm picking the Rams. My father is also picking the Rams in that one. Then we have the Carolina Panthers taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. No real implications in this one. Again, Packers have the number 1 seed, so other than that, don't really matter. Tampa Bay. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if they rest their stars. Tom Brady doesn't even play. Gronk doesn't play. Mike Evans doesn't play. Wouldn't be surprised, but me and my father are taking Tampa Bay. Seattle taking on the Cardinals. Cardinals need to win this game. Arizona needs a win and a Rams loss to clinch the West title. So they're going to be playing hard. I think the Cardinals are going to win this game. So does my father, but I don't think the Rams are going to lose. So I think the Rams are going to win that division. Then we have the Saints taking on the Falcons. Saints need to win, and I think they'll win. So I'm picking the Saints. My father's picking the Falcons. Again, they need to win. They need the 49ers to lose to make the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised if the Saints make the playoffs there. Jets, Bills. Bills, just win. You win the division. I see that happening. Me and my father are both picking Buffalo. Again, you win the division. You lose. And the Patriots win. The Patriots win the division. So, and then the night game. The night game is going to be such a great game. It's the Chargers heading to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. At this point, you win, you're in. With both those teams, you win, you're in. It's going to be a big celebration with whatever team wins, because again, for the Raiders and the Chargers, they would need the Colts to lose. If the Colts lose, it doesn't matter. Chargers win, Raiders lose, they're both in. Vice versa, Raiders win, Chargers lose, they're both in if the Colts lose. So they're going to be watching that game, and then if the Colts lose, they'll probably both rest their starters because it doesn't really matter. But I don't see the Colts losing, and I see the Chargers winning. So the Chargers get that final wild card spot. And then you have the Dolphins taking on the Patriots at home. Wish they would have took care of the Titans game, because then, again, it's another scenario where the Dolphins win and they're in. It wouldn't matter about anything else, but unfortunately they didn't. It breaks my heart. But Patriots are going to be playing at the same time as the Bills, 4:25. They flex that game, so both teams are going to be playing hard. Dolphins are going to try to play spoiler, have back-to-back winning seasons for the first time in 13 years, I think it is. And the Patriots are trying to win the division. So we'll see how this goes. My dad's picking the Dolphins. If you want to know who I'm picking, you got to watch tomorrow's video, where I final preview of the season. But other than that, be sure to comment below. There's a lot of scenarios. If you're part of the team that is trying to get in, let me know what you think. Comment below, and I'm going to get to one of you guys' comments of the day. The comment comes from J-Boy, and J-Boy says, comment of the day. Why is a rookie, Waddle, having to tell a wide receiver 1, 7-year vet, where he's supposed to be in a playoff level game? This is concerning of the coaching being done. Essentially what J-Boy is talking about is Devontae Parker was confused against the Titans. There's a lot of times that Waddle was telling Parker where to line up, Tua was telling Parker where to go. Huge confusion, and you saw it a lot in their passes. There was one play where Parker ran a post route when he should have ran a corner route because that's where Tua threw it. There was another play where Tua was trying to hit Parker on that back shoulder throw that he did to the Jets where he got his feet in. Parker ran a curl route. Parker was completely confused. I don't know what it was that confused him, but yeah, shouldn't be that way. But I will say this, I'll give you a little, spoiler for so many videos I got coming on. Parker next year is getting paid backup wide receiver money. So he'll still be on the Dolphins. So, again, a lot of the videos I have is who should be cut, who should be re-signed, who should we target, all that stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if he stays on the team because his contract is super team friendly next year, and he's getting paid backup money. So it's going to be real interesting. But yeah, he was completely confused out there, and we saw it on a few of his routes, and he was dropping the ball a lot, but he was targeted a lot. I think he was targeted like 17 times or 14 times. It was horrible. The game was just a complete kibosh, and everyone was struggling in that whole entire game. But J-Boy, thank you so much for the comment. That is it. Week 18, 2021 NFL season pick'ems in the books. It sucks. It sucks. I'm not going to go too much into it because I have videos where I'm going to break down the season. I got videos where I'm going to give my evaluation of Tua. I got videos talking about free agency. I got videos talking about coaching. Got videos talking about Brian Flores. I got a lot of videos, so it's not over. But it does suck that the season is over. Now it's playoffs, then Super Bowl. And we can do it all over again with the most cap space in the NFL. It's going to be fun. But other than that, guys, I'll see you tomorrow with the preview of the Dolphins taking on the Patriots. But like usual, stay classy. And fins up.